Hey, what's up everyone? It's your good friend Eric Thompson. In this video, I'm going to give you the 3 key stats to know to help your clients to be super clear about the market. Hey, if it's your first time here, a big warm welcome to you. Welcome to my channel. Hit that red subscribe button so that you get helpful videos just like this one as soon as they come out. Also, if it turns out you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me. Now I want to help you. Okay, so what are the 3 key stats that you need to know to help your clients instantly understand what's happening in the market? Also help them to instantly see how smart you are, how credible you are, all your knowledge about the market. I'm going to give you 3 key stats that will really help them out so that it helps you out. Okay, so the stat number 1 is going to be inventory versus the long term. All right, so that stands for inventory versus the long term, right? So what is your inventory today versus the long term levels? The reason why this is important is that in most markets, in most places, inventory is skyrocketing up versus last year. So many markets, inventory is double, even triple compared to what it was 1 year ago. Clients are seeing those stats, they're seeing that news reported, they're getting concerned. They're wondering, oh my gosh, are we headed toward a market that's totally oversupplied? Do we now have a glut of inventory? Is a lot of that inventory distressed properties? Here we go again. Is this going to be 2008 all over again? But what we know is when we look at inventory versus the long term, inventory is still way down, right? We're still very much an undersupplied market. So sure, inventory is way up compared to last year, but last year was ridiculous in terms of how many properties there were for sale, or I guess how many properties there were not for sale, right? So of course it's doubled or tripled, but when you look over the long term, what you're going to find is most likely in your market, inventory levels are half of the long-term average, maybe even a third of the long-term average. So say to a client, yes, sure, inventory is double or triple compared to what it was last year, but we're still half of the long-term average. We are still very much an undersupplied market, which then leads to point number 2, is you want to know your months of inventory. Okay, so what is your months of inventory? How many months would it take to sell all the inventory that's currently for sale in your market? This is very easy to understand. It's a simple number to know. For example, if last month, let's say there were 100 properties that sold in your market last month, and today there are 200 for sale, you have 2 months of inventory, right? So at the current pace of sales, it would take 2 months to sell out all those 200 properties. What we know is we want to measure this against a balanced market. So a balanced market is between 4 to 6 months of inventory. So in most of your markets, you're going to have around 2 months of supply, maybe even around 3 months of supply. So you need to be able to say to a client, look, yes, inventory has gone up, but we are sitting right now today at 2 months of supply. By definition, that's an undersupplied market because a balanced market is somewhere between 4 to 6 months. This is what the research tells us. The experts say a balanced market is when you have between 4 and 6 months of supply. So if you're sitting right now at 2 months of supply, you could say to a client, look, we would have to double or triple the amount of inventory to have a balanced market. We would have to triple or quadruple the inventory to have anything close to now a buyer's market and out of balance market where prices are at a risk of really coming down. We're far away from that. So we need to put some numbers to that argument. And so the numbers that you use would be months of inventory. The last one you need to know is prices versus the long term. So what are your prices doing right now versus the long-term average? And so what we know about last year, 2022, is that prices went up a lot over the course of 22, and of course most of that was front-loaded at the beginning of the year. But we need to be able to say that to a client, help them understand that, and then help them in context of what the long-term average has been. So what is the long-term average in your market? So if we were to look at your market, what have prices done for year-by-year appreciation? What is that average? And I would guess, what I know about most markets is it falls somewhere between around 4% to maybe as high as 7% per year. If we were to go back and look over the long term into the past, if we were to average out all the yearly appreciation, it's going to fall likely somewhere between 4 to 7%. What is it for your market? Go research that, go know that number, and then help your clients understand that really what we see over the long term going forward is that prices are going to settle in. They're going to be more like the long-term average like they have done for many years in the past. That's what we predict and expect for many years going into the future. They're just going to perform and be like their long-term average, right? That's what we expect. So when you know that number, you really can help out a client. So again, these are the 3 numbers to know to show how smart you are, to elevate the credibility in the mind of your client, to really show some good insights, to add value to your clients. Go know these numbers, go research these numbers. It's not hard to do. These are numbers that are easy to find. Hey, if you like this video, please like it. That helps me out a ton. Also, press that red button that says subscribe. I so appreciate you watching this video. I so look forward to seeing you in the next one.